750, Big 550 KTRS. One of our favorites, Frank Viverito, who is in charge of, well, he really runs the city of St. Louis. Do you know, what's your official title over there, Frank Viverito?
I haven't checked recently, but it used to be president of the Sports Commission.
Grand Poobah of the St. Louis Sports Commission. The Musial Awards, what's going on with that?
Well, you know, we've been doing an event in town for the last 8 years called the National Sportsmanship Awards. And last September, we sat down with the Musial family and asked them if we could change the name of the award to honor Stan.
Right.
And they were so delighted to have us do that. And so we changed the name at last year's event to the Musial Awards for Extraordinary Sportsmanship. And we are so honored this year to, in Stan's name, give out these awards on Saturday night.
It's such a great idea to change the Sportsmanship Award to the Stan Musial Award, because here's a guy who, at the end of his career, did not have a very good year and gave money back to the team. And then there's another great story that Christine Buck tells, that him and his wife were leaving the stadium one day, and the fans were getting on Stan a little bit, and his wife snapped at the fan. And then Stan Musial turned to his wife and said, "Don't treat my fans that way."
Oh, great. You know how many games Stan was thrown out of in his career?
How many?
Oh, come on. How
None.
many? None, of course.
I was just going to say, really?
I was like, well, because none is the obvious answer.
Well, there you go.
So you couldn't have picked a better. I mean, their stories are just legendary about what a great sportsman he truly was.
That's exactly right. And not only that, but we believe that he and a guy named Jack Buck were instrumental in making St. Louis sports fans the classy sports fans that they are. And
Right.
I think it's just really interesting that became a national storyline
Right.
during the World Series. Like, how good could these fans possibly be?
Right.
Well, we've been working on this for about 60 years.
Right. We're not nice to each other, but
No.
we're nice to other fans coming in from other parts of the
Especially
of the country.
Boston, yeah.
Right. All right, so how many years have you been doing the awards?
We've been doing the awards. This is our 8th time, and it's the 15th time overall for the awards. They've been done in other cities.
Right.
But we kind of bought that franchise about 8 years ago and now changed the name. So it's an event we own completely.
So it's a national event, kind of
Yes.
a big deal. How many winners are there?
Well, altogether, there are 8 winners.
Right.
There are we have a special award being given to the 2013 Cardinals this year for dedicating their season to Stan, and that'll be the first sort of lifetime type achievement award that we're going to give out to a national celebrity from this point forward, but we felt it was important to start with the Cardinals. Then we have 2 local winners, which are just great stories, one from St. Dominic High School and one from Seckman High School. And then we have 5 national winners, and they come from literally all over the country, and one from Canada.
I want to get to some of those in a second, but first, this dinner Saturday night, tell us about it.
Yes, it's a dinner, but it's also a show, and so individuals can buy tickets to the show itself at Peabody Opera House. The tickets cost just $35 each, and you can buy them at Ticketmaster, and all the information on the event is at musialawards.com. But we do have tickets available, and I would tell you that it's going to be just like, we call it the most meaningful and inspirational night of the year, and it truly is. You will be inspired. You will love that event.
Do you need Kleenex then?
You need Kleenex, and here's what we haven't done yet. We haven't gotten like Kleenex or Procter & Gamble to be a sponsor.
I think you guys should look into that.
Well,
then.
there should be a box at every seat.
Musialawards.com for more information.
Musialawards.com.
And it's Saturday night, Peabody Opera House.
6:45 is the start time because there's a Blues game that night. So we're asking everybody to kind of get downtown before the Blues crowd.
Right.
We have a reception at 5:30, but the show itself starts at 6:45 Saturday evening.
I don't want to steal all of your thunder because I know Saturday night, anything you're involved in is going to be a great story. But just humor me and tell people the story of young Jack Hoffman.
Oh my gosh, Jack Hoffman is the 7-year-old from Atkinson, Nebraska, who's being treated for brain cancer, and he's adopted by the University of Nebraska football program. Now, lots of schools and lots of teams have connected to lots of kids,
Right.
but nobody's taken a 7-year-old out onto the field in front of more than 60,000 fans at the spring game.
Right.
And I know you have some Nebraska ties, and so I know you're smiling at me here. And they handed the ball off. They suited him up in full uniform. They handed the ball off to him 69 yards away from the goal line. He started running the wrong way, finally corrected his course, and scampered down the field with 21 other Nebraska football players following him, and they grabbed him in the end zone and they put him up on everybody's shoulders. And it was the sports moment of the year. He actually won an ESPY award for the sports moment of the year. Okay, and we sent Mike Bush to Lincoln, Nebraska, to film an original piece on Jack. We're going to show that piece on Saturday night. And when the lights come up, little Jack and his dad will be standing on stage, and they will have a Musial award that they will present to the University of Nebraska. Once he presents the award to Nebraska, we're going to present an award to him for being such a tough little guy.
That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's
It
going to
really
be
does.
a great moment.
He's doing fine now, right? Cancer is in remission.
Exactly. And when we first asked him to come to St. Louis for the event, it was contingent on him getting a good medical report in early October, which he did. And he's just a sweet little kid, and you can't not fall in love with him.
There's only one small mistake you made in that.
Uh-oh.
He did not run the wrong way. That was the Osbone, okay?
Okay,
And that was the
got it.
option.
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
ran that way, and then he ran the other way, okay?
Well, you know more about Nebraska football than I do.
Frank Viverito, it's the Musial Awards. It's Saturday night, Peabody Opera House, MusialAwards.com. I have just enough time. What's going on with the Sports Commission down the line?
We're taking a look at another Final Four bid right now. We're waiting on the NCAA's decision on a whole group of events, wrestling and everything from bowling to cross country, you name it, we've bid for it. We got the NCAA second and third rounds coming up. Men's basketball with the Missouri Valley Conference at Scott Trade Center. The NCAA's moving, regionals and second and third rounds back to arenas from domes.
Beautiful.
And it's
That's actually really good for us.
It's great for the fans, and tickets are on sale. So I would tell people to take a look at ncaa.com and grab those tickets before it gets too late into the college basketball season.
And we should also say that you're part of the the soccer game down at Busch Stadium?
Well, we're not specifically a promoter of that event, but the Cardinals have done a great job with that, and we've connected our members to the event, and it should be a lot of fun. 3 games this fall.
MusialAwards.com. Frank Viverito, one of the 1,000 points of light here in St. Louis. Thanks, buddy.
Busy
Thank you.
man.
Thank
You got it. Tim Weiland, you're in the KHS Traffic Center. You are sponsored by